Well, I don't see us. Come
I
on.
don't. Still waiting.
Hmm.
7/23/2020 at 7 p.m.
Yeah. Are we live or not?
Yeah, here it comes. It's a delay. Big delay.
On YouTube?
It's going now. Yeah.
Okay, I still don't see it on my iPad. Wow.
Yep. I just checked. It's going on YouTube.
That's
It just
interesting because I'm running. Okay, here we go. There we are. Let me bring this up. Okay.
off Facebook. Nicole Jason Bryant says hi. James Garrison says we hear you.
Okay, good.
RGB screen.
I am live. Okay, I am alive. That's good to know. So I was working on this Secret Wars 1 twice up cover. The actual artboard size is 14 by 20. The image area is 12.5 by 18.5. This is part of the original cover, which I Frankenstein together the rest of it that I'm using as my guide. I have the other three pieces, but this is the bottom and the center piece, and then I got a center piece where I can get some other characters. I've got it all roughed out in a hard lead pencil, which I discussed today. I'm tightening up pencils and doing some inking. So I'm going to continue. Probably going to work a little bit. I got a few little details in the hands on Cyclops. Got a little muscle here on Cap. I'm going to get to that later. Craig Zablo is back in town. He's back on the porch with us old folks.
Oh, fantastic.
And we'll see when he pulls the plug and goes nighty-night.
Oh, he'll probably stay up longer than I am.
Well,
He's got life like that now. No work calls or anything.
you're off tomorrow. Right?
Right.
So you could sleep in.
I could.
You could treat yourself to a whatever.
Sleeping into 6.
Or 7 if you get up and then, All right, I am loading my brush with some ink. So hey, I'd like to invite you people from Facebook, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, take advantage of it, because today I gained 4 subscribers. And the reason being is I haven't done my 400 subscriber giveaway yet, which will be an original Captain America sketch on a Captain America sketchbook or sketch cover. And somebody out there is going to win that free of charge worldwide. So if you're somewhere out of the United States, you can still win it. And at 500, I'm going to be doing another giveaway of some sort, probably another sketch cover. Haven't decided yet, but that's probably going to be what I do. So definitely you want to subscribe to the channel. I have put off the 400, and it's time I get that corrected. I'll go back over this again when we, if and when we have some more people come in. I know there's a ton of people that have not only been streaming all year due to COVID, but that are streaming tonight for the San Diego deal. And so anyway, just wanted to mention that to you all that were not watching on YouTube. that you might want to check that out.
Well, Lloyd's back. He says hello. And Nicole Jason Bryant wants to know if he can call dibs.
Hey, now that's this one is already purchased, Nicole or Jason. I guess that's a shared account. Ron, when you post as me because you're logged in as me.
I see that, so it looks like you're speaking in third person.
Yeah, actually, Ron is logged in as the administrator, so
no slacking around. Get to work.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I wonder if I post something, I guess it'll be the same.
Yeah.
Just know that it'll be Ron. That gives me reign to type stuff, and I'll blame it on you, Ron.
Nice. From Facebook, Bruno AG says hi.
Hey, Bruno. Thanks for dropping in. And it would be interesting to know, because I have not streamed a lot on Facebook. And I decided maybe I should. It'd be interesting to see where people are joining us from, because I don't know where everybody's from. So this is a Raphael 8404 number 3 brush that I'm currently using, and it's loaded up with some Pelikan drawing ink, and it goes by A. Or as Craig Zablo would call it, penguin ink, as he asked for one time in an art supply store back in the 80s or late 70s, early 80s, somewhere around there. I don't think I was professionally inking yet, so it was probably in the 70s.
Well, Bruno says it's amazing to be able to see you or watch you working like this. He's from Mexico.
Oh, nice.
And then Donnie's here. He says, hi, John. Mastodon here.
Hey, Mastodon. How you doing, man?
Craig said it was late 70s.
Yeah, it was hysterical. He told me he went to and this was the art supply store that, I talked about today. And they used to be very, very well stocked for a little local, it was a paint store, but they had an art supply section, which was always cool. And they were always very well stocked until digital started to take over and started to slowly kill their art supplies. So now they carry bare bones, and I can sometimes get what I need there. Hey, Dr. Kaz. Welcome back, sir. And Craig told me he went in and he said, I got a funny story to tell you. And the people were like, we've never heard of this penguin ink. Which, of course, they, couldn't have because it didn't exist. And he's like, oh, my buddy gets it here all the time. It's like, he told me, this is where he gets it. And finally, somebody figured out and said, do you mean maybe Pelikan? But I think this was after a 10-minute, search for the elusive penguin ink. And this is back when Craig was, Craig took some of my old pencil drawings that I had laying around. And he had bought himself or maybe he used an old set of mine. He'll correct me if I'm wrong, of rapidographs. And he was inking all with rapidographs, even filling in the blacks with a number 3, which is very time consuming and bad on the point. But he wasn't comfortable enough with a brush.
Yeah. Well, the art chemist is here. He says, good evening. And Savannah Glitchka, she says,
Hey, Savannah.
Ron.
Savannah, tell your dad I tried to call him when he asked me to, and he didn't answer. And the art chemist, I like that name. My son would probably be a big fan of Savannah because she does anime artwork and design work with her father, Vaughn, who designed my little JB logo, who I still have to get. You know that flash drawing I remember, Ron, when we were hacking up my studio, and I said, oh, that's my Vaughn stickers. And
yep.
Oh, I said that portfolio has the flash head shot in it. Got to get that to him.
Well, she says she's going to tell him that.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Craig said you gave him an old set you had. He was going to be Terry Austin.
Yes, he was. And let me tell you, Craig, did I give you an old drawing board too? I think I did.
Well, the art chemist said thank you for liking his name.
Hey, no problem.
And then you have Ola John from Leahy. Am I saying that right? Harlock.
Oh, hey. Hey, Lee. How are you doing? Okay. I'm going to spin this around a little bit.
Art chemist says they love how Cyclops looks.
Oh, thank you. Just recreating, and got my reference here. Original recreation here. If that makes sense. Original recreation right here. I suppose that works, right, Ron?
Yeah. Well, Lee is good on their lunch break, so just catching part of your live stream.
Lee, are you out in Hawaii right now? I met her at a really good Texas show last year. I'd been a couple times.
Was this one of the ones in Dallas?
Technically, it's Dallas, yeah. And it's the best Dallas show. I mean, it's great. Fans love it. The professionals love it. It's a little 2-day show, and it's run by a guy named Chris. And actually, I think this year was his last year because he didn't want to expand it any, and I think he couldn't invest as much time and effort into running it, and he didn't want to like sell it to anybody. So, but with COVID coming in, it was a good time for him to. Well, I mean, like I said, this was his last year. It's kind of sad to hear that because it was really a traditional, good old you would have loved it, Ron.
I bet.
Good old fashioned comic show, comics and comic creators.
It's kind of a hero's con.
Yeah, on a much smaller and more intimate.
I think you froze, John.
Scale. I did.
Just a second. You're back.
I'm back now.
Yeah. So there's a few comments to catch up on.
Okay.
The art chemist asks this question a few times: how would they go about getting some blue lines to ink and show other artists the skills as they progress?
Can you rerun that by me?
It says, question: I'm an okay artist, self-taught, and I ask this question a few times, but how would I go about getting some blue line ink, to then ink it to show artists my skills as I progress? I think they're asking for some blue lines.
The best thing I could say is Google pencil artwork, because it is out there if you Google it, and you'll find some high-res stuff. And take it in if you have Photoshop or something, or if you don't, take it to like a FedEx office or something. I think they can do blue lines, and you'll be up and running.
Barbarian's here, says, oh snap, got some fire going on.
Hey, Barbarian.
Funk Comics 814. John, always love watching you draw.
Well, thank you very much, Fun.
Lee said it was one of the best small shows they've been to.
Lee said that?
Yes.
Yeah. It's I was there 2 years in a row, and for 2 days it was just the fans were great. The people that ran it, Chris and his crew, were great. It's a really wonderful show. I was sad that, I understand he's putting a lot of work and effort into it. And I think he just decided to, to not have to put all that effort and time into it. He was kind of sitting on he was actually doing it twice a year too. Once in the early year, like February. For the last couple years, it was maybe my first show. And then he would have a second one in the fall. Now, we might have Drew Moss pop in. I have invited him. We sent an invite out. If you don't know Drew, he's a great guy, a very productive guy, to say the least, and a very interesting guy to listen to tell stories about weird happenings in his life, or just true stories that are very entertaining in Drew's storytelling way.
Well, Art Chemist says they've done a few, but then I brought it back and the artist did not believe I did the line work. So their quest continues.
Did not understand that. Okay.
Yeah, I done a few, but then it brought it back, and the artist did not believe I did the line work. So I think they've done a few blue
Right.
lines. And,
Are you inking traditional or digital, or why would they not believe that you did the work? I mean,
Mr. Gorell's here, says hello. And AG is also here. Hello, John and everyone.
hey, Mr. Grell, AG. Hey, Adam from ALD Collectibles.
Yep. Glad to catch you live this time.
Oh, I might be showing up live a little bit more as I work my way through this piece. And like I said, I just today, I mean, I've done Facebook a couple of times, but I figured gonna give Facebook another try. I know that with the COVID thing going around, a lot of people are beginning to stream or have been streaming. I was streaming a little bit before them though, but you wouldn't know it from my audience on YouTube. So, which by the way, Ron,
By the way,
if you want to tell them about my YouTube and what's going on there, feel free.
you're talking about
That way I can concentrate on the work at hand here.
the secret special giveaway for all your subscribers.
Yeah, and the one that they can still get in on, and the one that's coming up as soon as we hit the other magic number.
Yeah, that's right. So for hitting 400, you'll be giving away a cap sketch
On a sketch cover.
sketch cover. And so anybody's allowed to get in on that. You just have to be a subscriber to John's YouTube channel. And then every 100 subscribers, for all of those that are subscribed, you'll get entered into a randomizer, and one user will be selected to get something awesome. Maybe a sketch, maybe some old vintage comic stuff. That's always going to change up.
And I gained 4 new subscribers today, and I'm pretty sure I picked all of those up from maybe doing the Facebook. So currently I'm at 472 subscribers, which means I'm only 28 away from 500, which will be another free giveaway. And I still have to do the 400 giveaway.
Yep.
Which, if you subscribe now, you would be eligible for the 400 and the 500 when I hit that. You'll be helping push it to 500.
Well, the art chemist said they took it straight to paper, traditional straight to paper. All right, so Nicole Jason says, this is incredible to watch. I wish I had drawing skills, but I can mess up a stick man.
Well, I am considering a inking course, teaching it live, kind of Patreon style, but not via Patreon. I tried that. Even my friend Craig Zablo would not donate $1 a month to me. So I don't know. I figure I've got a better idea. If you are interested in inking, which is what I'm going to be concentrating on, look for details about that in the near future. And I am going to be offering a free 15 to 20 minute phone consultation, probably via Skype, where we will look over your samples, You can tell me, what it is hey, look, if you want to do it just for a hobby, that's fine. If you want to try to do it professional, that's fine too. The thing I will say, of course, is I can't guarantee anybody work. I can't even get work at the companies myself. But inking is fun. If you have a book that you're doing yourself, if you just want to polish your skills, and those free spots will be limited. So I will probably be announcing it. You still got time, but it might be on Twitter. And like I said, basically, I would like to take a look at your work and let you talk to me about where and what your goals are. And I think Drew just came in. I heard something.
I lost service.
Oh, because I heard a pop.
Yeah, I came back in. So let me get caught up on a few questions. Is this a Zech drawing, or did you also pencil this?
No, this photocopy is part of the original, and I lightboxed it onto this board. And what I'm doing is I did a harder pencil quick trace to get the proportions of the figures, the poses. You might see, you can't really see some of the muscles, the shadows drawn in. And what I'm doing is just working my way through it, kind of tightening up the pencils and then inking as I go, kind of building that pyramid.
All right. ALD said, looks awesome. Mark Dale, good to see you working a brush.
Always, Mark Dale, you know that.
Barbarian says we are still pushing to get John to 500. And Mr. Carell wants to know if he's buying this for him.
Yeah, right? Because he did buy a sketch for him.
Little John's here. Howdy, folks.
Little John, how you doing, bro?
Steve Stanley, great to see you inking, John. We need to catch up. Beautiful line work.
Steve Stanley, what is up, ho? my silkscreen t-shirt buddy. That man was making money hand over fist on a four color press in his basement. Good times.
Hyper Potatoes in.
Hey, Hyper. Hey, did you just get that the enemy ace today? I think I sent that Monday. I mean, I would believe it if you did, but it's kind of weird. I was just gonna say it's kind of weird looking at me holding this and then this down below. You know, it's like, hey, what's going on here? Is this some sort of trickery?
Your vision just shifted. Hyper Potatoes jealous of the owner of this piece.
Well, I do have a payment plan.
That's right. Steven Martinez says, hey, John.
Whoa. Steve Martinez was born to be alive. That's an old song, an old joke, kind of an in joke, of course. The reason on a piece like this that I start inking it is I like to see it come to life a little bit, and then pencil a little bit more. Just to feel like progress is being made. And that's one thing when I sit down to pencil something, depending on how far it's going, whether it's just to be inked or watercolor, I sometimes have to like stop myself before I got to make sure the drawing's right before I go to inks and or color. So what else is happening?
Well, Stevens, sorry they won't be able to see you at MegaCon this year.
Yeah, at any of the MegaCons, the first one, the second one, or the MegaCon Light. Of course, I bowed out of the. I was in for the, as you know, Ron, we were in for the original dates, and then I canceled for the second dates, and then I was never gonna do the MegaCon Light, as I don't know, they were calling it something like that.
Well, Barbarians ran across a few of your NAMM covers. Excellent work.
Oh, thank you. Those were a lot of fun. I did a total of 4, I think. Could be 3, but I'm thinking 4, but I would have to check myself.
So you know the question: if you're always, if you're sent to an island and you can only choose one thing,
Uh-huh.
for you, you can only choose one inking tool.
Oh, a brush.
Any brush?
Huh?
Any brush, or that particular 8404?
Well, a good inking brush. I would like to hope that whatever brush I bring would last. Because I can also fill blacks in with a brush. With a pen nib, it's going to be a little scratchy, little tough.
Well, Barbarian said you should have chose something edible.
Oh, I thought food was included. I thought this was just purely an inking tool.
It was. So ink, eat a brush. Or something that could be used as a weapon.
That's always handy.
Craig said you can eat a brush, and if anyone ever saw you ink, they would think you do. It's a great place to hold your brush. Get a point.
They're seeing me ink right now.
Yeah, they can't see your mouth. when you make the brush point or use your mouth as the brush holder. And
Is that what he's talking about when I point the brush? Yeah.
oh, I don't know what he's talking about. The art chemist is going back to drawing. They'll be back a bit later.
Hey, Art Chemist, thanks for dropping in. I just don't understand why, if the guy's doing samples and he's bringing it back to people, why they don't think he did the work. That's got me kind of perplexed, Ron.
Well, Hyper Potato says they're about to shower to the sexy sounds of this live stream.
Hey, what's he mean by that? They're about to shower. Who is?
Hyper Potato. Noah.
Yeah, but who's going to shower?
Well,
did he make it plural? Did he say they? Oh, just him?
Yeah, just him. I mean, he didn't say. Could be 5 others. I don't know.
Hey, Jared and Jason's not over there, are they? How's that for a mental picture? I can't stop seeing it now.
You shouldn't have brought it up. Little John says TMI.
Right?
Bruno says, I got to go. Thanks for sharing your work with us. Catch you next time.
Thank you, Bruno. Thanks for stopping in.
And Steven Martinez is vomiting, throwing up a little bit in his mouth. Just ew.
Maybe I should lower my voice a little bit for Kirk as he gets into the shower.
Are you going to narrate it?
Lathers up.
Like golf tournament.
Yes.
Put the putter down.
He's approaching the green. It looks like it breaks a little bit to the left just before the hole. And his caddy is recommending a flat iron. I don't know my clubs. Just a flat iron putter sounds right. They all look flat, right? Putters are all kind of flat. There's no, there is a curved one, isn't there? I don't know. Enough of that nonsense. Enough of that golfing nonsense.
Oh, there is a lot of nonsense.
Yes, there is indeed.
Well, Craig wants to know, what the heck kind of show is this? Yikes.
Well, and Bruno did give me a subscription, so thank you, Bruno. Bruno knows to get in.
He's looking for that free Captain America.
Hey.
Cover sketch. Can't blame him.
Free book, free shipping, anywhere in the world that I can ship it to. I think all of our restrictions are lifted. Although I may not want to ship it to Bermuda. If somebody in there would happen to win, I might have to hold back until, or get them to use that service. Right, Ron?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I'll allow it.
The last one, I just started this at 300 subscribers. So if any of y'all are interested, you can go back in my YouTube videos and you can see you can see me doing the sketch cover. You can see me announcing how to enter and the people that did enter. And then you can see me actually drawing the name, and my buddy Mike Cross in Canada and Saskatchewan. I just know Ron loves that.
It don't matter to me.
In Nova Scotia actually won, so I had to mail him, and I literally counted twice because I could not believe Mike Cross won. You know, he dropped out after that. He doesn't come around that much
He
anymore.
got it and unsubscribed.
He did. And that was a symbiote Spider-Man on a Secret Wars blank. Nice one.
Was. Little John thinks it was rigged.
Boy, I tell you, I thought it was too. And to be honest with you, Little John, I almost redid it because of my long relationship with people like Mike Ross, but he won, so I couldn't, you know it. But it really did. It made me stop and think for a minute. I mean, if you watch my video, I was pretty shocked. That's why I counted twice, just to make sure I wasn't missing somebody. I'm like, really, Mike Cross? Mike Cross? And let me count this again. Mike Cross.
Well, I posted the link so they can go back and check out that 300 video.
Check that out later.
Spider-Man. Yeah, later, of course.
Hang around here. Hang around here for whatever pops up. All right.
Well, Steven's going to go do some Modern Warfare. We'll catch you later. Stay safe.
Is that a game?
He's probably cooking dinner.
Modern Warfare is his dinner?
I don't know. I haven't seen him cook.
Yeah.
It could be Warfare. I think it's Call of Duty.
Is that what he said?
No, I'm assuming it's what he's playing. Call of Duty Modern Warfare. He said yes. So is Jacob excited for the PS5?
No, he doesn't even play the Xbox.
Well, the boss of the Long Box network wants to know what time does a 3-minute sketch start?
Yeah, you know, that's a good question, and I have the answer for him. It starts sometime next Tuesday after 6 p.m. Eastern. Jared and Mark do that, so be sure to head over there and catch that. How's that for an answer? Right on point. Didn't miss a beat.
Man, I'm gonna have to send Craig a link.
Yeah, send him a link over. Maybe he can get in line early to wait.
Get him a link on here. Ken Carson says, "Hey John."
Hey Ken. Man, there's I believe this is the one of this isn't preview night for that San Diego stuff, is it?
something was going on. Yeah, I mean, I know Kevich was on earlier with the New Mutant people. I saw him and Alex Ross releasing some stuff.
You know, they have a good art manager.
They do.
Mine, I don't know. He started out full of piss and vinegar.
Then it just slowly morphed into salt and vinegar.
Yeah. On potato chips.
Ah, damn quarantine.
I thought the quarantine would have helped, but
Well, John says, yeah, it's all online. Panels are happening now. It's all weekend long for virtual San Diego Comic-Con.
now are they charging money for those panels? I thought they were on some of the stars and stuff. You can have me free right now.
Barbarian says, well, y'all, I guess I got to go back to work. Really love catching these evening streams. I'm really looking forward to doing the She-Hulk stream with you guys. Be well.
Okay, I will try to be in touch with you on that as soon as possible.
Little John and Craig says it's all free. The San Diego Comic-Con.
That's not what I heard, but okay. Uh-oh, here comes the rain. No thunder than the lightning, but rain. Let's see. I need to do a little refeathering. Yes, this is not sped up. This is actual speed.
Done.
There are a lot of faster people, but I'm not one of them. I take the time that I want. I wish I was faster, but I'm not. I think I would suffer a quality control problem.
Well, Little John says, okay, folks, I have to go start dinner. Catch you later.
Oh, we know where he's going. Have a good dinner, Little John.
I'll let you know how many beers he drinks.
You know what the CEO, head in chief, and president of Longbox Crusade would probably like to get the rest of the story from, because he only got a taste of it, so to speak, on Twitter, is your story, Ron, about having a drink with Casey.
Oh.
How you accidentally wound up with an adult beverage.
The Mai Tai.
And why it's the drink that you're gonna get no matter what.
Yeah. So Casey wants to have this drink, and I'm like, didn't really want to have a drink, but I don't want him drinking alone. So I'm gonna be clever. I'm gonna order a drink, but off the non-alcoholic menu, but it's gonna sound like a drink. So I ordered something, and Casey ordered a Mai Tai. So the waitress brings him over, sets him down. So I start drinking mine. This is nasty, but hey, it's supposed to be, I guess, what it tastes like. So I'm
Well,
drinking
they
it.
both look the same too, right?
I don't remember.
I think they did.
So I'm drinking mine and thinking, okay, this is what non-alcoholic beverage tastes like. Okay. And then I started getting a little tipsy. And then Casey drinks his and he's like, yeah, I don't think mine has alcohol. So
And
waitress
yeah,
comes over and she's like, well, what seems to be the problem? Like, you mixed up our order. She's like, okay, then just switch them. We're not switching our drinks back. Go fix this.
so Ron wound up keeping the one he had and didn't, and then Casey did get
His Mai
a
Tai.
correct one. She took his virgin Mai Tai and brought back a alcoholic Mai Tai.
I think it's just called Mai Tai.
Oh, it was your tie, all right.
Did she fix it? She fixed it, but she didn't want to.
No, didn't she also like originally? I thought the funny thing was she grabbed him and just said, "Here, just switch them." I mean, she literally physically switched them.
Watch, I fixed the problem.
Yeah,
She did.
that was the best part is when she just like took yours and took Casey's and said, "Here, I got them backwards." And it
Yeah,
was like,
Kaz said they looked similar. The hut was dark.
What was that? I missed it.
He said they looked similar. The tiki hut was dark.
Who said that though?
Kaz.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, Kaz was with us. That's right. I knew there was a fourth
He was like an hour late.
That's true, but he walked.
He was like, I'm walking this. And we're like, yeah, we're lazy. We're gonna Uber. Kaz just got done like massaging the whole comic guests.
That was great having that every day.
Renee's like, okay, come here and do it again.
I know. I would do that Atlanta show again just for the fun of it.
Yeah.
It was, of course, I still get stuff from the Omni, like literally every day, asking me to, now I can get a room up there for 30% off. And they charged me for parking a car that was really Ron's. Ron took care of that though. But Ron, didn't I tell you I knew it was going to happen?
You did. Like, they're going to mess this up.
Yeah, there's no way. I mean, we explained it like 3 times. I don't have a car. He does. He's here for what, 2 nights or something?
Yeah.
And I check out and I get charged for a night of parking. Funny stuff. So Zablo, how's the retirement going? He retired right into COVID. Wow, doorbell.
Amazon packages.
I'm not expecting anything. Oh, Jacob's going to the door. Maybe he ordered something. I have no idea. I hear laughter out there. It's kind of scaring me.
It's
Oh,
Jim Ivy coming to visit.
there you go.
Craig says it's going well, all things considered.
Mr. Zablo, are you still up to driving over to Sarasota with me in August?
He retired right into a pandemic. Although this is the time to retire, he doesn't have to go back to school and deal with any of this madness.
That's true. That is very, very true. Boy, I tell you, this is a big piece. He says not. Why is it not looking good?
Probably the school situation.
No, he's not.
Or
He
Florida.
he has
Oh,
nothing.
August.
Yeah, but it's gonna be him and I. I mean, we can wear a mask in the car.
Yeah, he says it's the trip.
Why is it not looking good? I don't get it. Does he think he's gonna get? I mean, we're not gonna be anywhere. It's not like we're gonna be. You're gonna run into more people in a grocery store. Only one person has to wear a mask, right, Ron? Hey, and Danny D subscribed. I got some subscribers coming in. Let me welcome Danny D and Bruno. Thank you for the subscriptions. Appreciate that. They know to get in while the getting is still good.
Yep. I'll be getting that Captain America cover sketch contest, and make the limit for that and get into that next one. Good timing.
Good timing.
So out of that whole cover, which character is your favorite to ink? And I'm guessing it's going to be Cap.
Yeah, I do like Cap, of course. Let me see what's going on real quick. Hold on, I'm gonna mute my mic.
Okay.
Okay, it was just a neighbor coming over to say hi to Bella or something. Give her. They exchange like some food sometimes, some Filipino stuff.
Well, Kaz wants to know what's the size of this recreation.
The art board is 14 by. It's actually like old school twice up. So the artboard, I actually ruled it off, and the logo and everything will be up here. Corner box is laid in, but to cut to the chase, it's the artboard is 14 by 20, and the actual image area is 12 and a half by 18 and a half. So it's quite huge.
Well, Danny D says, glad to help you get those numbers YouTube demands.
Thank you, Danny. And when I looked over, I see my buddy Doug Gibson from Hawaii. Aloha. Aloha, Doug. Doug and I did a great T-shirt of well, I did a piece of art of a skull with a old like World War I flying helmet, the leather skull cap type thing on, like a profile, and Doug printed it up and sent me shirts from. This is back in the day. This is probably in the early 2000s. Sent me some, and then he reused it again for something else, a charitable thing, and sent me some of those. And it was always a fun design. I'm guessing he still has it, and he can use it whenever he wants.
All right. Now, out of all those characters, your least favorite to ink?
I'm looking. I'm not a big fan of the Human Torch. It's kind of easy, but I don't know. I don't really care for this version of Ms. Marvel. I don't really like the outfit that much. I think it's just kind of eh. And of course, the She-Hulk is, again, kind of a, not really a costume. So without her being colored green, it's just like some female in there. But it does have the Storm I like, the punk Storm with the mohawk. Always fun. Although I think Ron likes the more traditional classic Storm.
I like all of them.
I know you do, but what, Ron, when you commission for a Storm, do you usually do artist choice? Do you ever try to, like, maybe if the artist has a particular style, like ask them for, or do you just like kind of say, you know what, whatever Storm you give me, I'm fine with it?
A little bit of both. Depends on the mood I'm in, I guess. When I got that one from Sanford, it was Punk Storm, and that's what we talked about going into it.
What about from Mateo?
Same thing, Punk. I did ask him what his favorite Storms were, what versions he liked the best in the draw, and he was like 90s Jim Lee or the Punk Storm.
Right.
So we went with Punk. And Daniel Pertouche says you should finish the inking of this on a mattress like you had to do for the original due to the size.
I'm telling you, it would probably help. Actually, on the original was, like I said earlier today, was bigger, and I actually had to finish it standing up with my board more flat so I could get to the top.
You don't want to hang it on the wall?
Well, I don't know how good that would work out, but it might work.
Genome's here, says can't stay long, gotta stream in a few minutes. Wanted to say hi to everyone.
Hey, Genome. See, everybody's streaming. It's a streamer's paradise.
Now, out of all of your Secret War covers you were involved in, do you have a favorite?
Well, all things being equal, we didn't know that Secret Wars 8 was going to be so popular. This first one, actually, with all the heroes, it's kind of special because it has all the classic, and like I said, it's got some of the classic heroes on it from Marvel Comics that I remember: Spider-Man, the Hulk, Iron Man, Captain America. It's got Hawkeye from when he was in the Avengers era, the Thing, the newer characters, the X-Men. I was into them at this period. I think John Byrne and Terry Austin, they weren't rocking the X-Men at this time. I don't know who took over in the 80s. It could, but whoever it was, maybe Paul Smith. I liked who was doing it. She-Hulk, I've just never really been a fan of She-Hulk. So maybe that's the character that let me rephrase that. I think I used to read She-Hulk when it was coming out, and I think it was a pretty fun read, but as far as drawing the character, unless she's in that jumpsuit, it's just like a female in an exercise suit until the color comes in. You know what I mean? It's not that I'm hating on the actual character, because I think I did read it and I think it was kind of interesting. But if you're going to get a She-Hulk without color, it's kind of, I don't know. I know you kind of like She-Hulk, right, Ron?
Yeah.
But so you understand, though, you commission an artist for a She-Hulk, there's got to be something.
Yeah. Some of the classic traits that you identify as, okay, that's She-Hulk.
Right. And, it's... I mean, even, John Byrne, when he does a She-Hulk, if you don't see enough of her body to see the costume and stuff, it's just a dark curly haired woman. Nothing wrong with that, but it doesn't have any of the telltale signs of, like Wolverine here with the claws and this suit and stuff like that.
Well, it was like that She-Hulk I got from Casey. He was like, he was thinking about having to color it green because everybody was asking who it was.
Yeah, but he actually had the uniform, the outfit on her.
Oh, he did. I identified it in a second because he's a fantastic artist. But I guess other people, they didn't pick up on that.
Right. And it's true. I mean, you color it green, you're gonna, if you know She-Hulk, then it reads better.
And Genome brings up a great point. The Fantastic Four costume she wore was all right.
Was that just the standard Fantastic Four? That was when they got back from Secret Wars.
Secret Wars, yeah. So the thing stayed up there.
That's right. He wasn't done with Battle World yet.
He had some patty cake to keep playing.
That's right. I don't know what change happened to the Hulk. Let's see. Do I do this? Oh, didn't want to do that. All right. Oh boy, I'm in trouble. 475 subscribers now, Ron.
Man, you're gonna be doing 2 giveaways next week. You're gonna be in trouble.
Hey, don't say next week.
It's gonna come on you quick.
It will.
Well, Genome said then Ron Wilson got to take the reins on Thing, and it was perfection.
Ron Wilson, he is really good at drawing the Thing. He drew him enough, so I think he, you get a method down. Me, I don't draw the Thing enough. Every time I draw him, I have to get out some Kirby or some. No, I don't really use John Byrne reference. Byrne had a good way of drawing the Thing also. But it was a little less Kirby-ish, so. Is Craig Zablo still in the house?
We'll see. He says, "Yepper."
You just never know with him. Let's see. Did you see that question from Dr. Kaz yet?
No, I missed it. All right. John, what's up with the CGC signing with Shooter and Sec? Are you all getting together, or did they mail to each?
We are getting together in Sarasota at CGC headquarters to do that signing. So we will all be together for a day and a half, 2 days. And so that's what's happening with that. And that's the trip I'm asking Craig about, because I hate driving, and Craig doesn't mind driving. We have a good time hanging out, and he wanted to hang out. So I asked him, and he said, well, depends on what COVID's doing. And now that our numbers are up, I guess he's, I don't know. It's just going to be me and him. And then when we're signing, it'll be Zek and Shooter and a couple of people all wearing masks and being very diligent. It's not like there's going to be a couple hundred people around. There's more people in a grocery store. And they'll have the tables like, we won't be elbow to elbow. Now, it could come down. I don't think it will. CGC might have to delay it. That's up to them. I don't think they will. I don't think there's a reason to. But that's up to them. I believe they've already locked in flights for Jim and Mike, so odds are they're not. And if Dan Partouche is still out there, I think we get like a kind of a little grand tour of, and it's, from what I understand, it's not spectacular, but when we go there for our signing, we'll get a little inside tour of CGC, which even the facilitators and stuff don't get. So we'll get to see the whole CGC facility. Dan could actually show up there if he's dropping books off. Dan drives his books to CGC instead of mailing them.
He's not playing around.
No, that's service there. Well, when you got like a lot of books, it might be more cost effective actually to drive, even though he comes up from the South Florida area. Ron, maybe you'll want to take that drive over if Craig chickens out.
Well, not if he chickens out, but if he has something else to do.
No, he's chickening out. I've already talked to him about it, and I quote, he said, "It depends on what COVID's doing."
Yeah, well, if he opts to be responsible, I'll be in. I can drive you over there in about an hour. Take the Challenger. Hey, so Kat says, I'm thinking about sending something. Any favorite issues of Triple Signing?
Well, Secret Wars 1, Secret Wars 8, and Captain America Annual 8 are the 3 books that Mike and I sign the most.
All very good picks.
Secret Wars 8 is the number one. That's the book that people are always looking to get that signed and graded at a 9.8. And I know people that keep submitting and they'll get a 9.6 or a 9.4. And what they do is they sell those, they buy another copy and submit again until they get that 9.8.
Well, Kaz would pay super dupe for a triple signed Secret War 8 print. Genome wants to know where CGC is located at.
Sarasota, Florida.
Keith Kiker, hello, Mr. Beatty. Hope
Kiker, how are you,
family
sir?
are doing well.
Mr. Zablo is just not answering questions, is he?
Well, Kaz said he was going to buy a 9.8 on eBay and just send that.
And have them crack it. It may not come back a 9.8. That's the sad part.
Depends on who's cracking it open.
Well, they are.
All right, good. As long as they don't give it to you. Break it
No,
over me.
you have to have a special tool, from what I understand. A cracking tool. No, they actually do. They have some something that pries the case open, because they're actually pretty tight from what I understand.
Craig wants to know, what questions has he missed?
If he was, we were talking about him not making the trip.
Well, it's probably too soon to tell. AG. Big John was telling me to get a Secret War 8 pressed and graded. Are they able to clean books?
Yes, I believe they are. There is an extra fee for that, but they are doing it.
Mike Cross, Beatty, you're doing this tight.
There he is. Well, it's a recreation, man.
Genome says, Sarasota, well, you starving artists can take advantage of the rampant early bird specials there. You'll have to eat dinner at 4 p.m., but it's cheap.
Do what now?
Genome saying starving artists can go to the early bird special in Sarasota. At 4 p.m. Joke's on him. That's when we eat dinner. We choose to eat dinner at 4 p.m. Night Night, do you know what Earthbound is? It's a pretty cool game.
Who's that for? I have no idea what Earthbound is.
Well, it's probably for you.
Oh, well. Jacob might.
Keith says, glad to see you're still working for a living.
Well, some of us have to. But I think even if I didn't have to, I would, because I can't imagine not doing anything. Craig seems to like it.
Well, he just spent 35 plus years with Little Demons. He deserves it.
Yeah. He enjoyed those kids. That didn't sound right.
Keep it up. You're on your way to your own Netflix special.
Right. I know. Yeah, that's I'm writing joke material now.
Do you have a favorite Wolverine costume?
Actually, I would say the brown and black one. The one that kind of fits him best. The original one, the cat whiskers are kind of a little too catty. Ha ha ha! Bum. And the blue and yellow is okay, but the black and brown just, it kind of says Wolverine, right?
Right.
Is that your favorite run?
Oh, they're all pretty good.
Yeah, but would you still like to see him sporting the whiskers from the original?
No, not the whiskers. All right. I would really have to go with the Jim Lee 90s or the brown and black.
What did Jim Lee do different? I thought he was doing
nothing.
different.
I just liked his style on Wolverine. But that costume in the brown and black. Don R. Hi, John. Glad to see you're streaming some of those cover.
Yeah.
Keith retired once and it didn't take. Starting year 38 next week.
Good job, Mr. Kiker. I'm telling you.
Night said the cat whiskers are great and they love them.
Well, I'm sure at the time, the cat whiskers, but when you look at them now, it's kind of like, okay, better choice not to have them. But if you want to go with like real classic, that was the first design. As far as I know.
So how's that new art table holding up?
Well, this little tabletop one is the same, but you mean the big longer one. It's holding up fine. It hasn't changed much since I put it in here. I still haven't had a chance to get a computer. My brand new computer is still in the box that will be 2 years old this December if I don't get it opened and set up. Never started, never unboxed.
Speaking of which, how's that Cintiq?
Still in the box. Don't know if it'll fit in here. Got to make a decision about that.
You got to.
I was asking. Who was I asking today? Oh, I was asking Drew about his Huion or whatever, and he said that it did have a more of a little bit of a rough drawing surface. So maybe that does. I just don't know it if it, because I
still in the box.
Exactly.
How's that new camera?
I have no idea. Still in the box.
Still in the box.
I have been like.
At this point, I'm just trying to think of things that I know are still in a box.
Yeah. My watercolor palette I made dried. It's dried. I put all the colors in. I left one empty spot, and I was itching to swatch it. Like do a nice little swatch, but things out of my control began to happen, and I got to get this done, and I don't want to rush it. So the other stuff is kind of had to wait.
Night wants to know, what do you think about the X-Men movies? They're not a big fan.
I've never seen them, so I don't know. I haven't seen many of the Marvel movies. I don't watch a lot like I used to. I am currently watching that Last Dance, the Michael Jordan documentary on Netflix, and that's very entertaining.
I was tempted to almost start that last night.
And I was one of those people. Michael Jordan mentions it in there, and it's like he placed it into perspective that I never could. I was never a fan of his until like now. I realize how good of a player he really was, and probably still could be. I don't know. I lost interest in basketball about the same time football got to be wimpified too much. But anyway, Jordan makes a comment, and it was me. He's like, when you win too much, or when you get to a certain level, like he was at, people don't like you, just because you're good and because you win all the time, and they don't, they get tired of it. And then I started thinking, well, maybe that's why I don't like the Patriots. And then I was like, no, okay. I pulled myself back to reality.
Well, that's because we're Dolphin fans.
That's right. There was a
Dan
better reason.
Carr,
Huh?
Corduroy Mafia in the house.
Who is?
Dan Carr.
Hey, Dan Carr. Yeah, so Jordan, when he was talking about that, I said, man, that's what it is. That's exactly, and I was a Charles Barkley fan, still am. I like the Chuck Wagon. And when they played the Suns and they won, and I thought the Suns had that game locked up where John Paxton hit that 3-pointer. I got really angry at Jordan because he ran and grabbed the ball, the game ball. And I'm like, well, he didn't make the shot. Give it to the other person. But I forget, without him, they wouldn't have, they wouldn't have had all those. It's really amazing. Somebody performing at that level for that length of time. It's actually kind of weird. I've seen one thing where Kobe Bryant is talking about him, and it's, and you think about, wow, Kobe, what was it, January or February of this year, that helicopter crash?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, I saw where they crashed, and I saw how cloudy it was, after the crash, but there was smoke, but it was still cloudy, and I'm like, who decided to go up and I don't know. Somebody had to give the ultimatum to, like, we're flying. I don't know if you heard anything else, Ron. They were supposed to do an investigation. I never heard anything.
Nah, I've not followed it either. But I know Nicole Jason Bryant says you're very gifted. I look forward to tuning in next time.
Thank you, Nicole Jason Bryant. I do appreciate it.
And then Dan Carr brings up the obscure reference of the Corduroy Mafia back from the Twitter days of live streaming.
Oh, yeah. The Ustream. So what is Zablo going to do on Black Stallone Friday?
Oh, we're having a party at your place.
StreamYard better have this hosting thing fixed by then. Right?
That, or I'm gonna have to make my own platform, take over StreamYard. I can tell you now, I'm not having a duck for a mascot.
Yeah, I agree.
Craig says, depends on what options we have. Lloyd said, a taco party at John's.
Burritos. I prefer burritos. But tacos are good too. I wouldn't turn away a good taco.
Well, Craig says that you can go either way with Mexican food.
Says the man that every time I said, let's go eat Mexican, he was like, oh, I can't stand Mexican food. And I'm like, why? And he's like, it's so dry. And I said, what? It's dry. I said, what are you ordering? Anything. It's dry. I don't know, Ron. I guess he never heard of a wet burrito. Now, he loves it.
That salsas is pretty good.
It is. There's a new place. Well, not too new, but I'd forgot about it. And my sister reminded me of it. It's out on 40, Ron.
Yep.
I actually inked Dan on a couple of jobs. If that's the Dan Carr I'm thinking. And I believe it probably is. Let me take a little break here. Oh, I don't know, Lloyd. I love me a big basket of nachos and salsa and con queso. Well, trying to think. I might be at a good stopping point. don't want to go too long because I still got tomorrow.
All this talk about Mexican food has me hungry. I have some Jamaican meat pies in the freezer. I might have to go cook up.
Jamaican meat pies?
Yeah.
Or Jamaican meat pies?
See what you did there.
Well, what? I don't know what
meat. Jamaican meat pies. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So what kind of little wrap is that in?
Deliciousness.
Well, is it like a little pocket thing or?
Yeah, yeah. Lloyd says that's just fancy chips and dip. Yeah, because I don't have anything else here that could come close to Mexican food. Rice.
Lloyd, what was the worst Mexican chain restaurant? I believe there's a few of them still open.
The worst?
Yep.
Taco Bell?
No, that's fast food. I'm talking about what, and it's a chain, it's a chain, but literally almost all of them shut down. And every now and again, you still see one, but they were bad. I tried them a couple of times and man, it seems like their recipe was, the same at every one. I never found one that was like actually like, hey, they did something different. Like, you can find a Olive Garden that maybe is a notch above some of the other Olive Gardens, Maybe they just got a better chef working in the back. I'll give him a little bit more time and then I'm going to reveal my answer. Ron, do you?
Chi-Chi's? I don't know.
That's out of business now, right?
They should be, if not.
I think they are. They were a chain. I think you can still buy their salsa and stuff in the grocery store. Chi-Chi's, can't you?
I think so. On the border?
Nope. Okay, I'm gonna finish these lines here, and then You may not have had one near you. I probably tried 2 of them. One of them twice, and one of them once, and
Taco Time. This is from Lloyd.
No, never heard of that. It may have been just a Southern thing. I don't know. It was called Don Pablo's. And boy,
don't remember having one of those near me.
Yeah, that's why I said I'm not sure how spread out they were, but there was one in Orlando and there was one here in the Daytona Beach area. And I think I tried the one in Orlando twice when I lived over there. Thinking the first time it was just bad, just got a bad night or whatever. And then when I moved here, there was one, and I'm like, well, maybe it was just the one in Orlando, but no, it carried over here. All right, so I'm going to stop this here. And if anybody is still in the chat that, excuse me, might have any quick questions or something that I can answer before I say good night for tonight. And let's see, do we have any more subscribers? I'm gonna do a refresh because 475 scared me in a good way, but I think these were all Facebook people coming over, which is fine because
476. Lloyd says, nope, didn't have one here in Canada, but I tried it in Orlando and it was just wrong.
that's the one. When I was in Orlando, I had it twice there. I thought, bad night. And then when I moved to Daytona, I thought, just a bad restaurant in Orlando. So let's see if Yep, 476 subscribers. Thank you, everybody. Okay, so Craig Zablo says, good night, all. Good night, Mr. Zablo. Enjoy your retirement.
It's always good talking with you, Craig.
Let's see. If anybody has questions, put them in the chat. And if not, I will be working on this again tomorrow. Maybe another like 10:30 to 1. And then again in the evening. That's my estimation. As you can see, I still have a lot of work on this, and this type of work is kind of interesting because you get to a point and it starts looking like you're done. Then you find bits and pieces that need tweaking, and then you get that done, and then you tweak some stuff, and then suddenly it's all done. It's literally all done. And it kind of is, then you're like, wow, I actually finished it and didn't realize it. All right, so if we got no questions, I am going to bid my adieu. And I know there's a lot of stuff going on out there. And but I would like to say, if you're on YouTube, if you give me a thumbs up, a like, I would appreciate it. Craig Cable, yes, I agree. I haven't heard anything officially yet, but the way conventions are going, I think it's just a matter of time before I do hear something. Well, no, I better not. Dan,
Yes,
Florida is
completely Mad Max. But it was Mad Max before COVID, okay?
Yeah. Good night, Lloyd. Or just later, if guess I can grab a little bite to eat. All right, so thanks again, everybody. And hey, those of you that subscribed, appreciate it. Look for a notification. I'm assuming tomorrow. Ron, you up for another?
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Well, see what happens is now you're being like Zablo. that's very non-committal.
I want commitment now.
I just like to know whether I'm going to be alone or if I'm going to have a host. I know Genome is always like he's always ready, willing, and able. I don't know though. He might be back to work. I know when he was on his working at home, he was able to jump in. I'll probably work on this a little bit in the morning. I'm a little tired today. Yes, I get up early, although I stayed up a little too late last night, not on purpose. I had meant to go to bed early, but we'll just leave it at that. Thank you, Jose. And that's right, Craig. Okay, so I guess we're done, and be back doing more tomorrow. I will probably I'll work on this on and off. I will stream as much of it as I can to have a kind of a record of it. If you're interested in commissions, I will probably. I still have stuff to finish up, so I'm not going to say I'm going to take anything immediately in August. I got some for Dr. Kaz, who, if he's in the room, I need to get to his. I got a few for Chris Boyer, who is in the UK, and I've got a few more odds and ends that I need to wrap up. Everybody's been good though, so I've let them know going in when they get a commission that it could be a wait. I'm kind of doing, sometimes I do like what Drew Moss is doing, and I'm just taking requests, not taking any money. But if you want to get on a list so that there is an available spot when it comes open, you can contact my art. You can contact my my art helper, Ron.
Yeah.
And I need to actually update my. I think I did put July on my commission price list, but I don't foresee there being a price change in August, but there might be an addition of a 9x12 watercolor portrait, perhaps. We'll see. I don't know. The ones I've been doing, if you've seen them, those were all free watercolor upgrades so that I could get into doing some watercolor. So the people that were able to take advantage of that special got a extremely good deal. All right. So, Ron, I guess we can call it a night, and thank you, everybody. See you tomorrow.
Later.